Comparison of saturated fatty acid to both the cis and trans forms of an unsaturated fatty acid. Hydrogenation was developed in order to make oils semi-solid at room temperature, enabling production of spreadable margarine and shortening from inexpensive ingredients like corn oil. Hydrogenation also makes oils more stable and less likely to go rancid. So, partially hydrogenated oils were favored by fast food restaurants for frying, and manufacturers of processed baked goods like cookies and chips found they gave their products a longer shelf life. And because trans fats are unsaturated, nutrition scientists and the medical community believed that they were a healthier alternative to saturated fats. But around the 1990s, evidence that trans fats were not healthy, far worse than saturated fats, in fact, began to accumulate. Like saturated fat, trans fats increase LDL or bad cholesterol, but they also have the effect of decreasing HDL or good cholesterol, and of increasing inflammatory processes in the body. Researchers found that consuming trans fats, even at low levels, or 1 to 3% of total energy intake, was associated with an increased risk of coronary heart disease. They estimated that eliminating industrial trans fats from the food supply might prevent as many as 19% of heart attacks in the U.S. at the time. In 2006, the FDA began requiring food companies to list trans fat information on the nutrition facts panel of food labels to keep consumers informed of their intake of these fats. That prompted the food industry to mostly eliminate partially hydrogenated oils from their products, often substituting palm oil and coconut oil in their place, both of which are high in saturated fat and may promote heart disease. In 2013, the FDA determined that trans fats were no longer considered safe in the food supply, and in 2015, the agency issued a ruling requiring that manufactured trans fats no longer be included in the U.S. food supply. A 1-year extension was granted in 2018, and foods produced prior to that date were given time to work through the food supply. The final ruling requires all manufactured trans fats to be eliminated from the U.S. food supply by 2021. Nutrition science: omega-3, omega-6, and essential fatty acids. In addition to the length of the carbon chain and the number of double bonds, unsaturated fatty acids are also classified by the position of the first double bond relative to the methyl, or CH, or omega end of the carbon chain, the end furthest from the glycerol backbone in a triglyceride. Fatty acids with the first double bond at the third carbon from the omega end are called omega-3 fatty acids. Those with the first double bond at the sixth carbon from the omega end are called omega-6 fatty acids. There are also omega-9 fatty acids. Fatty acids are vital for the normal operation of all body systems, but the body is capable of synthesizing most of the fatty acids it needs. However, there are 2 fatty acids that the body cannot synthesize: linoleic acid and omega-6, and alpha-linolenic acid and omega-3. These are called essential fatty acids because they must be consumed in the diet. Other fatty acids are called non-essential fatty acids, but that doesn't mean they're unimportant. The classification is based solely on the ability of the body to synthesize the fatty acid, Excellent food sources of linoleic fatty acid include plant oils such as corn oil and soybean oil, often found in salad dressings and margarine. Rich food sources of alpha-linolenic acid include nuts, flaxseed, whole grains, legumes, and dark green leafy vegetables. Most Americans can easily consume enough linoleic acid and other omega-6 fatty acids because corn and soybean oil are common ingredients in our food supply. However, sources of ALA and other omega-3 fatty acids are less common in the American diet, and many people could benefit from incorporating more sources of these into their diet. As an added benefit, whole foods rich in ALA come packaged with other healthful nutrients like fiber, protein, vitamins, minerals, and phytochemicals. A true essential fatty acid deficiency is rare in the developed world, but it can occur usually in people who eat very low-fat diets or have impaired fat absorption. Symptoms include dry and scaly skin, poor wound healing, increased vulnerability to infections, and impaired growth in infants and children. Omega-3 and omega-6 fatty acids are precursors to a large family of important signaling molecules called eicosanoids. Prostaglandins are one type of eicosanoid. Among the many functions of eicosanoids in the body, one of the most important is to regulate inflammation. Without these hormone-like molecules, the body would not be able to heal wounds or fight off infections each time a foreign germ presented itself. In addition to their role in the body's immune and inflammatory processes, eicosanoids also help to regulate circulation, respiration, and muscle movement. Eicosanoids derived from omega-6 fatty acids tend to increase blood pressure, blood clotting, immune response, and inflammation. These are necessary functions, but they can be associated with disease when chronically elevated. In contrast, eicosanoids derived from omega-3 fatty acids tend to lower blood pressure, inflammation, and blood clotting, functions that can benefit heart health. Omega-3 and omega-6 fatty acids compete for the same enzymatic pathways in the formation of different eicosanoids, so increasing omega-3 fatty acids in the diet may have anti-inflammatory effects. Two additional omega-3 fatty acids with important health benefits are eicosapentaenoic acid, EPA, and docosahexaenoic acid, or DHA. These long-chain polyunsaturated fatty acids have been shown to help lower blood triglycerides and blood pressure, reduce inflammation, and prevent clot formation. They also promote normal growth and development in infants, especially in the development of the brain and eyes. Both of these important omega-3 fatty acids can be synthesized in the body from ALA, so they are not considered essential fatty acids.